The Stalker's Shadow, a creepy encounter. When I was 16, I went on a walk around my local park to clear my head of some problems that had happened that day. It was a warm summer night, and the moon was full and bright. As I was walking, I noticed a man walking behind me. I didn't think anything of it at first, but as I turned down a few more streets, I realized that he was still following me. I started to panic, and my heart began to race. I tried to pick up my pace, but he kept up with me. I turned around and blurted to him in a panic why he was following me. He just smiled and said, "I like to watch pretty girls walk." I was creeped the F out by his answer, and I tried to run away, but he grabbed my arm and pulled me back. I screamed and struggled, but he was too strong. I was sure he was going to do something horrible to me. Miraculously, I managed to break away from his grip. I ran as fast as I could and didn't dare look behind. I could feel the adrenaline pumping through my veins. I stopped briefly, but he must have ran off into a side street because he was nowhere to be seen. I knew I had to find a way back home without confronting this guy. Suddenly, I heard a rustling in the bushes behind me. I turned around but saw nothing. What if he was there but I didn't see him? My mind was still racing. I started to run again out of fear. I was getting tired, but I couldn't stop now. I spotted a small fence ahead of me and realized that it was the only way out. As I approached it, I saw that it was much taller than I had expected. I had to jump. I ran towards it with all my might and launched myself over the top. I landed hard on the other side, but I didn't stop to check if I was hurt. I kept running as fast as I could until I reached a petrol station, where I then called my mom to pick me up. When I got home, I collapsed on the floor, tears streaming down my face. I had never felt so scared in my life. The next day, I reported the incident to the police, but they never caught the man. I lived in fear for months after that, always looking over my shoulder, afraid that he would find me again. But he never did. Looking back on that day, I realize how lucky I was to have escaped. I never took my safety for granted again, and I never forgot the terror I felt that day in the park.